Next, let's look at the body tag. And this is the body tag here. And this is the body container, which contains all of the stuff that actually gets displayed on the page. The body tag, in this case, we've used an attribute BG color equals, that's 6 letter F's and a pound sign. What that means is that the background color on the page is going to be white. Now, you might think that's what it defaults to, and it may default to that on your browser. It does not default to that on mine. I have mine set to default to gray so that I know that when I forget this. Originally, browsers defaulted to gray, and that was the common thing. And if you wanted white, you had to put in the background color. Nowadays, browsers tend to default to white. But you want to make sure that you always say exactly, because if you have images that only look good against a white background, or other things on your page, colors of text or what have you, that only look good against a white background, you want to make sure that the background is white. Maybe somebody's got their browser set to default to black. People can change those things, and you've got black text on your page. You don't want black text on a black background, so it's best to define it. So I have it in my standard template, and this just ensures that we know what we get. Now, some people use the word white, and you can do that here, and it works. You can just, instead of all this here, you can just type in white, and that'll work. And it works for white, and it works for black, and it works for blue, and a few other colors. But for some of the more exotic colors that you can type in there, like turquoise or chartreuse or magenta, those colors may end up looking different on different browsers unless you use browser-safe colors. So in order to use browser-safe colors and to know exactly what the color is going to be, I always use the hexadecimal codes. And you can find all the information you would ever want to know about those hexadecimal codes and what they mean on Lynda's website at lynda.com. Now we have the content of our document here, and we'll just go through this briefly. We're going to talk about each of these tags in a lot more detail later on. But there's the center tag, and this means that everything between here and there gets centered. And here's a table tag with defining the rows, and this defines that this element of the table, this cell of the table, is going to be yellow. And there's the paragraph tag that sets up the paragraph, and we'll be talking about all these details later. The words ducks in a row are bold, and then here's the rest of the text, and all that is going to be in Helvetica at size 4, which is a little bit larger than the normal size. The normal size is 3. So let's take a look at this one more time in the browser, and we see there it is. You've got the yellow background in the table cell. You've got the ducks in a row in bold, and there's all the rest of that text, and it's all in Helvetica. And so here's our first document, and you'll find this on the CD-ROM as transitional.html. And I encourage you to look at it and change a few things in it and see what happens and run it in your browser.